Let's sketch the graph of the equation in a polar coordinates. R is equal to the 6 cosine theta. So first of all here, let's take a theta is equal to 0. If we are taking a theta is equal to 0 with the angle 0 here, so cosine 0 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. So I'm trying to find just the critical point. Okay, so let me take a point. So it's a 6. If we are taking a pi over 6 theta, pi over 6 is going to be something square root of 3 divided by 2. But here we have some calculation with decimal number, so let me use a calculator. If I'm taking pi over 6, so let me put this first in the rad, in radians. So pi over 6, so let's say pi divided by 6. I have this value. And if I'm going in a cosine here, so the cosine gives me 0.866, which is the square root of 3 divided by 2. But now I'm multiplying by 6. If I multiply by 6, this value is going 5.196. Let me take this number as a 5.20. But here is 4. This is 5/6 of. In a pi over 6 is 5.20, we said. It's here somewhere, the point. So now, if we are looking at pi over 3, but the pi over 3, the cosine theta is, pi over 3 is 1.5. And 1.5 times 6 is 3. So this is easy to calculate. This is pi over 3, and we said is 3. So this is 2, 3 is this number here. So 3 can be this point somewhere. But now, if we are taking pi over 2, this is pi over 2, okay? Pi over 2 cosine pi over 2 is 0. Times 6 is 0. So this is the point here. And those are the points. But now if we are looking for the symmetry, where is going to be the other part? Is going to be symmetrical form of this equation or not? So if we are looking the symmetry, if we are taking here minus r and minus theta, and if I am plugging here minus theta, this one is not going to hold, because if I bring minus r here, and here is a 6 cosine minus theta, so this one is going to be, because the cosine is an even function, is going to be cosine, 6 cosine theta, but in the other hand, it's going to be minus r. Even if you multiply by minus 1, still it's not going to hold. It's not going to have a symmetry in this, with respect to the line pi over 2, because it's not holding. So this equation, when I am exchanging those values, is not the same. Even if we are plugging here the other symmetry, minus r and theta, if I'm changing again, it's not going to hold the symmetry. I'm not going to have a symmetry here. But here, for example, if we are checking the symmetry of the figure, r and the minus theta, if I'm changing this minus theta now here, but because, as I said before, the cosine theta is even, is going to hold, because it's going to be to yield us the same equation. So the r, if we are changing just the cosine theta, let me go here minus theta, is going to be equal with the r 6 times cosine theta, which is the same like the original equation. So this figure, this graph or this sketch is going to have the same, or this geometrical figure, to say better, because it describes a geometrical figure, it's going to have a symmetry with respect to the polar, to this polar here. The pole is from pi to 0 to 2 pi, or in this line here. So this is the pole. Okay, so let me write this is the pole, and here is a pi. Okay, so now we have a symmetry here, but because we have a symmetry, so it's very easy. Whenever I have a pi over 6, I have 11 pi over 6, here is going to be another point, and pi over 3 is going to be to 3 here. Okay, here is a 3, and it's going to be 0. So this is the figure what we are going to get. But if I know this is describes the circle, and let me try here if I can draw the circle here. Doesn't give me here, but okay, let me try by hand to draw it. And if I'm drawing the circle, it's going to be something like this. I'm not a great artist, I cannot draw very well, but I will try. Okay, and this is going to be something like this, and this is the circle what we get. So this is the figure what we get, the r is equal to 6 cosine theta, and this is make sense because this is a circle, the formula of the circle. Even if we want to, for example, to convert in the Cartesian system coordinates, is very easy because whatever we have r, we can substitute with x squared plus y squared, and whenever we have a cosine theta here, the cosine theta, the x is going to be r cosine theta, and y is going to be r times sine theta. But here to make this r cosine theta, you have to multiply by r everything, and we have the formula here. R squared is equal with 6r cosine theta. And now it's easy here to plug everything here. So if I'm squaring here r, the square, r squared is going to be x squared plus y squared. And this one is x squared plus y squared is equal to the 6. And here instead of the r cosine theta, I can exchange with the x, 6x. And this is this equation here. And then we can manipulate with the equation, and we can find the form of the equation of the circle. But I'm stopping here.